Hey, everybody. Sometimes I just like to sit here in the quiet and I love to meditate. And I think about the first experience that was kind of weird that I had while being in this house. And I tell the story sometimes of how my vent, I got a vent in my room and there's one in the other room too. Well, this one popped out of the wall one day and it just swung around and it just swung, but it did not never fall. I said, that's weird. So I know me and my friend, we had painted the whole fucking house. So I didn't know if that had something to do with it. But it did it again in the other room. And I was like, that's weird. The same thing. It popped out the wall and it swung around and it swung, but it didn't fall. And I was just like, that was weird. But one of my little cousins had died. And I was like, how did he pass away? Nobody really knew how he had passed away. But it was around that time. And I knew he was a prankster. And a lot of times, if someone passes away, if they're loving and if they're caring and if they have my best interest, I open myself up to my ancestors and those who have passed on because I just see that thing differently. I believe that even though they're not in this realm, it doesn't mean that their energy is still not available to you. I just believe that, right? And I do say believe because everybody believes different things. Nobody actually knows, and I hear a lot of brilliant things, but somebody else have another way of looking at it that's just as powerful. So we just got to be open to allow people to be who they are, right? So that was the first thing that was kind of weird that happened. And then I would be hanging out with my friends. I'm learning that friend thing, that's an interesting one there, right? And I'm this type of person that I always like to look at things from every side, everybody's perspective. I could see it. And I also like to look at, where a person may come from, what their hurts may be, what they may still be holding on to, what they don't see about them, all this shit. And people get mad at me for that. Well, why you just, because even in my part, even because I play a part in everything that happens to me, I'm nobody's victim. So please don't think that I'm a victim. I'm nobody's victim. I take responsibility for the part that I played in every situation because I was in it. So that means I had a part to play. I never want to discount my part in a thing. I own that shit, y'all. For real. But just when I was seeing how the strange things was happening, I would hang out and I'd be missing days. I'd be like, today is this day. They'd be like, no, it ain't. It's this day. I'd be like, well, where the fuck was I? Where have I been? That I missed a day or two. I'm thinking it's Tuesday. No, it's Thursday. Or I'm thinking it's Friday and it's not. And it's they're saying, no, this is this day. And I'm still not making the connections. I'm still not. There's something that's going on. I'm still not making the connections. I'm listening to conversations and I'm being more aware of what people are saying, but I'm still not making the connections. I'm still not making the connections. Right. And then then I don't know what happened. I don't know if kind of like my heart got broke into a billion pieces by the things that were going on. It really broke my heart, but it broke my heart open as opposed to making it closed and I hate everybody. No. Then I had the experience. I called my mother and I'm crying, I'm bawling, and I'm feeling so, I'm feeling so weird and I don't know what's going on, but it's beautiful all at the same time. And I couldn't get no relief there. Everybody thought I was losing my mind, but nobody sent any help. Nobody. But the experience was so beautiful and it went on for months. And then it's just like I went to like a dark night of the soul. And then it seemed like, I got stripped of nothing and got put back with a whole different perspective and a lot more experience for wherever I journeyed to. But having the angels and everybody run like a stampede and I'm sitting here watching it like it's a movie and asking if I could love everybody and then my heart being weighed. And then I'm telling people this and they probably think that I'm losing my mind. I thought I was losing my mind as parts of it. I even called people, ask them, am I dead? Am I dead? That's how weird the experience was. Right? And I was just living my life before then. I wasn't a big spiritual guru type of chick. I don't go to church. None of that. But I did always talk to the Most High, and I would always say, you know, well, whatever I was going through, I knew that I would get through it because I look at all the shit I had already came through. But this was just so different. Whatever happened, it was really profound, and I'm glad that I experienced it. And nobody's going to take that away from me. Nobody. And I like to recant some of the things that happened. But me calling on the phone, bawling, like, I don't know what this is. It's so beautiful, whatever this is. And it was like I was experiencing a high and a low at the same time. I even felt somebody trying to bind me. Like they were trying to bind me to something. And I told somebody, I feel like somebody's trying to bind me to something. I feel like I was in another realm and I cut something's head off. Cut their head right off. Got into it with some shit. Some other strange shit happened too, right? My father showed up here. My father is dead. When he came through here in my house, it was the weirdest day. Not only was one of my grandbabies here, her mother was here, and her little brother was here, and it was a little black dog. I'd never seen this little dog before. The little dog came barking up the side, came in my little gate, came up the stairs, came in the house, walked around. I'm like, whose dog? Barked around. I'm like, whose little dog is it? They said it was the neighbor's dog. I've never seen the dog since then, but it was just weird that he came up in my house and went out. And then that day, that energy came through here. That song on the radio was one that my father used to play when I was a little girl. And it felt like it felt like the energy, it knocked me down. I couldn't get up off the floor. I knew it was him. And it was beautiful. It's like he let me know that he was here. I need to pay attention. Something's going on. I need to pay attention. And then my grandfather, I called my mother and told her, granddaddy said, quit doing black magic on me and my family. She sent me back a LOL emoji. After I told her, I'm having this experience. I don't know what's going on. She gonna say, go for a walk. I don't need to go for a walk. I just came from outside. I feel good, but I don't know what this is. Yeah. It got really weird, and it's been weird since then. But I like to recant my stories. But I also remember the time that I was taking a nap, and I ran into something. Went over all types of shit. Me and this goddess. And the only thing that this entity said to me, and I remember it, I was supposed to be asleep, was that you never know where your help will come from. And I told people that story. I told people story when my father died about all the orbs in the window. I told people about me having the sensation that I was bigger than. I felt like I was bigger than for some reason. And not that I'm better than nothing. Maybe I just knew that maybe all the pain and all the hurt and all the this and all that, maybe none of that stuff is going to go in vain, Carrie. Maybe there was a bigger purpose for your existence and you knew that, but you didn't know how. I'm going to say enjoy the moment and don't let anybody take it from you. You know the experiences that you had, and you know what brought it on. And I think it's been in the making for a long time. It just didn't turn out the way people thought that it would. And for that, I'm going to say thank you. That's why you should never judge a book by its cover. But all those who attacked me, they need to ask themselves, what did I ever do to you? For real. That's why your shit didn't work.